Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. I hope you all are doing well. Today's morning began in Ooty. We had arrived in Ooty yesterday and there had been heavy rain, making it quite cold. So as soon as we reached Ooty, we rested briefly and explored the market. But this morning when we woke up, the weather was absolutely stunning. The sun had come out, and all around us, on the petal of the flowers, there were dewdrops that sparkled in the sunlight, enhancing their beauty even more. The mountains stretched far and wide, and everything looked crystal clear. So we quickly got ready, packed our essentials, and set out on the bike to fully explore Ooty, taking in its beauty, seeing it up close, and discovering all it had to offer. As soon as we left the hotel, we had our breakfast and we ate dosa, which was really delicious. Of course, the Tamil Nadu is the famous for their dosa and its taste was so amazing. We had already set out in the morning. There wasn't as much rush in Ooty as we had expected. Since it's such a famous hill station, we thought there would be a huge crowd, but it wasn't that busy. Everything felt calm and peaceful, especially because it was early in the morning. There was a slight chill in the air, and on the bike, it felt even more colder. We had just started casually exploring, simply taking in the surroundings, when we found a beautiful little spot by the roadside. It had an open view with a wide field stretching ahead, and the place felt absolutely refreshing. A cool breeze was blowing gently, and we sat there for a while, relaxing, admiring the view, and soaking in the beauty of nature. Ooty was truly beautiful, and the weather was so nice that it enhanced its beauty even more. So we decided that we would explore Ooty, visit hidden spots, and take in the forest, tea gardens, and state more deeply. We decided to go to a place from where we could see all of Ooty, basically explore most of the area. So we decided to go to the Kodanad Viewpoint, which was about 45 kilometers from the Ooty market. We went there because to see it We had to pass through many rural areas, crossing the entire market and further exploring. And on that road, we could see all the view of Ooty. So that's why we choose this longer route, this longer destination, and we started our journey. Everything felt so nice. The cool breeze was blowing, and a beautiful view stretched out in front of us. Sometimes the forest appeared, making the scenery even more beautiful. Yet, despite all this beauty, one thought kept returning to me again and again. As I looked at the vast spread of tea gardens covering the mountains, I kept thinking that once perhaps these were all forests, cut down for tea plantations. And maybe if those forests still stood, this view would be even more breathtaking. It wasn't that the tea garden were just in a few batches. It was the opposite. As I looked, it felt like the tea gardens were the entire landscapes. Only a few small patches of forest remained, with some small thick trees. But most of the area was completely cleared and covered by the tea gardens. An enormous number of trees were lost. There was massive deforestation, and seeing all this, at one moment I felt that yes, the view was so beautiful, everything was so lush, so green, but at the same time, I couldn't help but feel a deep sadness. This beauty I was witnessing came at a great cost. So many things were sacrificed, maybe some truly important things. And this beauty perhaps is nothing compared to that deeper beauty. We must fully recognize that protecting existing forest is crucial. Planting new tree is not a quick fix. The old tree took decades to grow and provide oxygen, and new saplings won't give us the same benefit for years. Yet we keep clearing forests for development, only to later try to compensate by planting new ones. This short-sighted approach won't solve the problem, especially as climate changes and extreme events like previous year flood in Wayanad become more frequent. We have reached a critical point and we need to stop blindly repeating these damaging patterns and instead focus on preserving the forest we have. This is the viewpoint, Kodanad Viewpoint, and it is located in Kodanad village, which lies on the eastern edge of Nilgiri Hills. We came here especially for this view because from here the scenery is absolutely stunning. We were at a great altitude and another beautiful view was visible from there. There wasn't much crowd, so we got to see the viewpoint comfortably, and it looks really beautiful because it was so open. There was a slight mist in the distance, so the view wasn't fully clear, but what we could see was really gorgeous. After that, we went to Doddabetta Peak, which is the highest mountain in the Nilgiri Hills, with an altitude of around 2500 meters. Because of this height, we were able to see rhododendron flowers, which I had only previously seen in my hometown. Seeing them bloom here made me really happy. The entire trail up to the peak was so scenic. Both sides were filled with dense forest, and I really enjoyed seeing those woods. Once we reached the top, there was a telescope house, but the viewpoint was very crowded, so we couldn't explore it properly. I think it was because it was only 9 kilometers from Ooty, and since it was evening, a lot of people came to watch the sunset. Because of the crowd, we didn't stay long and just headed back, but we really enjoyed the trail. The next morning was beginning with the end of our Pune to Ooty journey. Today we were returning to Pune and our journey was really amazing. We saw a lot of new things, captured a lot of new sights, and made a bunch of new memories. It felt really good here, and today was the day we were heading back home, and the journey was going to be quite long. This time we were taking a different route to return, and we were going to take the highway route, which was a bit shorter compared to the Western Ghat route we took last. So, with a lovely weather and really beautiful early morning views, we were ending our journey and heading back home.